Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut. Meet the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut, the car that made investors at Bugatti almost run for their money. The Koenigsegg Agera RS held the previous record for the fastest car, but it was surpassed by the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus in 2018, which set a new mark. Even though the Koenigsegg Jesko, which is the successor to the Agera RS, already claims to be much quicker, the Swedish hypercar maker desired some additional insurance. There was no way that Christian von Koenigsegg would let Bugatti capture all of the glory without putting up a fight. So they produced the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut, which is an even more severe variant of the normal Jesko. So is the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut a worthy contender for the title of the fastest car in the world? Overview. Conventional wisdom implied that it is impossible for a small car maker from a country that is best renowned for producing dependable Volvos and quirky Saabs to design, engineer, and produce a street-legal car that is capable of beating the Bugatti Chiron at its own highly specialized game. However, that is exactly what Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut has done. The Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut is a fully street-legal car that is capable of taking the throne from the Bugatti Chiron. Koenigsegg has made a name for itself by consistently going against the norm. Christian von Koenigsegg is a genius entrepreneur and inventor. According to him, when he was a kid, he would take apart the family car to figure out how it worked, and when he put it back together, it would sometimes function. After viewing the Pinchcliffe Grand Prix, a stop-motion short film about an inventor who creates his automobile and beats the world's finest with it, he decided to construct his own car when he was just 6 years old. Von Koenigsegg started his first business when he was just 19 years old. At the time, he was exporting plastic bags and frozen chicken to Estonia in the immediate aftermath of the fall of the Soviet Union. He established Koenigsegg Automotive when he was barely 22 years old in the year 1994. Von Koenigsegg's aim of creating a hand-built, carbon fiber-bodied supercar that was powered by a 655 horsepower supercharged 4.7-liter engine based on Ford's modular V8 was finally realized in 2002 when the Koenigsegg CC8S was delivered to a Swiss customer who still owns it. Since then, Koenigsegg has released some worthy models like the Agera, Regear, and the Jesko, however, none has come close to the Jesko Absolut. Although they have a similar appearance, the Jesko and the Jesko Absolut have several key differences that set them apart. These differences are all geared toward improving the vehicle's stability at high speeds. Exterior. When one examines the appearance of the Jesko Absolut, it is instantly evident that this car was intended and engineered to move at high speeds. It is also the most powerful and quickest Koenigsegg ever produced. And sure, there is a high likelihood that it will also be the fastest production car in the market. Not only is it quick, but it has also been designed to deal with the track in a manner that the standard Jesko is incapable of. There are numerous distinctions, as we mentioned. Take a look at the two fins that are located in the back. They are designed to replace the enormous rear wing of the Jesko and were modeled after the F-15 fighter plane. These fins were developed to improve the vehicle's stability when traveling at high speeds by improving the airflow over the vehicle's back end. Additionally, this produces less drag. Also, take note of the back hood, which has been expanded, the rear wheels that have been covered, and the lowered riding height. To achieve an even greater reduction of drag and downforce, the air duct located at the front of the hood has also been blocked off. In addition to that, there is a roof panel that can be removed and stowed away in the trunk up front. Interior design. The inside of the Jesko Absolut, much like the interiors of all other Koenigsegg vehicles, is masterfully designed to combine cutting-edge modern technologies with the highest levels of luxury. The Jesko Absolut is not your ordinary track weapon since it is outfitted with a full range of amenities and a level of convenience more suited for a grand tourer than a race car. The Jesko Absolut is outfitted with Autoskin, a revolutionary body-opening technology introduced on the Regera, and can be operated by the beautiful remote control that comes standard with every Koenigsegg vehicle with only the push of a button. Miniaturized hydraulics originally developed to operate aerodynamic systems are now used to open the car's doors and hoods, making it possible to enter the vehicle without touching any of its surfaces. Koenigsegg's trademark dihedral synchrohelix doors hinge have also been redesigned. Compared to the first version, the opening has been modified to open upwards and outwards. This not only gives even more space for entering and exiting the car, but it also gives it that beautiful butterfly appearance. Both of the automated doors are protected from opening and hitting things around by the Autoskin system sensors, which identify objects around. Depending on the customer's preference, the electrically actuated chairs from Jesko can be upholstered in either leather or Alcantara and come in an almost uncountable number of color and contrast options. The sport bucket seats have a carbon fiber seat shell as the foundation, which results in a seat that is not only incredibly lightweight but also exceptionally comfortable. The touchscreen display of the Smart Center provides access to the controls for adjusting the seat position and the heating. Matching the driver's seat with the fully adjustable positions of the steering column and pedal box enables drivers to get the ideal driving posture. A pair of small touchscreens are installed into Jesko's steering wheel as part of the Smart Wheel system. This lets users access various features by simply touching or swiping the wheel. The default setups of the screens enable functions such as an audio system control, phone control, ride height control, and cruise control. However, depending on the context, different screens may display different alternatives, or the system may be programmed to present different options. The screens of the Smart Wheel have haptic feedback, which makes using the device simple and eliminates the need for a continuous visual connection. Aerodynamics. The Jesko Absolut resulted from painstaking efforts to make the car's surfaces as smooth as possible to eliminate any features contributing to the vehicle's aerodynamic drag while adding rear volumes that streamline the airflow. In addition to the more than 5,000 hours spent on the design and engineering of the Jesko Absolut took more than 3,000 hours conducting computational fluid dynamics (CFD) and aerodynamics analyses. The CFD team methodically went over every inch and every detail of the automobile, specifying the components required to bring the drag coefficient even lower than the aim of 0.28 CD to just 0.278 CD. Every surface was studied and optimized to ensure the air could pass over, beneath, and through the body with the least resistance possible. The Jesko Absolut went through a thorough review to reduce drag as much as possible. This necessitated stretching the length of the vehicle and giving it a more teardrop-shaped profile. The Jesko Absolut is 85 millimeters longer than the track-focused Jesko due to the rear extension that was added to it, and the dished rear wheels significantly transform the way it looks. The world's lightest V8 crankshaft. A 1600 horsepower twin powers the Jesko Absolut turbocharged V8 engine on E85 fuel. The engine uses the world's lightest V8 crankshaft, which weighs just 12.5 kilograms. This brand new flat-plane 180-degree crankshaft achieves a higher rev limit of 8,500 RPM while producing more power and operating more efficiently than its predecessor. The architecture of the flat-plane engine allows for even firing throughout all engine banks, resulting in a visceral engine sound and higher power. Koenigsegg's most recent advancement in gearbox technology is the Lightspeed transmission, which features 9 forward gears and numerous multi-disc clutches in an extremely compact and lightweight design. It can shift gears between all gears at speeds close to the speed of light. Because clutches open and close simultaneously, the driving experience is so smooth that it gives the impression that the driver and the vehicle are inseparably linked. Availability, price, and competition. The Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus is the primary competitor the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut aims to beat. However, it will soon compete with the Hennessy Venom F5. For availability and price, if the ordinary Jesko is any indication, the answers are limited and very expensive. Meanwhile, Koenigsegg still needs to confirm the total number of production units. Only 125 Jeskos were produced, and they were all purchased very fast. Each one now costs about $2.8 million. Because the Jesko Absolut is even more extreme and unique, the price went slightly higher, reaching $2,840,000. That's all from this video. What do you think of the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut? See you in the next one.